Honey Wash Day, hello. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. Down here in the trench at Cistern 2. That's what we've been pumping into. You can see our temporary pipe, that white thing, on the pitch, coming down. This is where we're going to put in a anti-backflow valve so we don't run into an issue when we get big flooding again and our daylight pipe ends up underwater. And here's our bed, which we're waiting on the vibratory plate compactor that should arrive tomorrow to pack down this bed so that it doesn't settle underneath the pipe, cause the pipe to come apart. And then there's our cap on the dirty side. Yay! But the pipe is all clear from that cap all the way back to Cistern 2, which is on the far side of the propane tanks, but on this side of the quarantine trailer. Whoa! Don't fall down. Might not like what you find down there. So the worst part about finishing this up is making the connection on the dirty side. You know, it's got to be done. But here in the next, I'd say within the next 48 hours, we should have this the new pipe down, and then we just got to worry about doing the engineered backfill and get this ground capable of holding the weight of vehicles, so we can actually start putting the barn to use. One of the things that that we encountered, and when that other group was out here and dug the big hole out here and broke the line, a lot of the dirt that they moved blocked up the drainage, especially in Ant's driveway over there, which caused a lot of mud in the yard and the barn, pretty much everywhere. And while we haven't had much rain this year, it's been super dry. You know, we did get some, and we got 7 or 8 inches of snow. So we got to see at least some water flow, and we might have already solved a lot of our issues with the ground, the floor, or the lack of a concrete floor and a dirt ground in the pole barn. But if we can keep that from getting wet, that makes that building usable, which is good news, right? That's good news. Whew. If you want to know what $9,651.73 of gravel for an engineered backfill looks like, well, this stuff is what I'm told is this stuff is freshly broken up, and I guess with the gumbo on the rock, the soil out here, this over time and a couple of wet cycles will firm up again, and I'm told that's going to be a decent solution to being able to get the ground to bear weight. This bigger stuff is what the bed the compacted bed is going to lay on, and it's also going to be enough to do a foot or so over top of the other trench, just to give it some flexibility for when it ultimately does start to settle again. It's the excavator. It's right size, and there's the one that I've been operating. We really could actually use one out of here. We'll have to figure out a grant to buy one of those in a trailer. We got the truck that can haul it around, but we're going to use whatever we have left out of the gravel to finish up the septic line, is to repair the ground, make it usable again. The anticipation is, one of the reasons why we moved the fence, changed the yard, we opened up this portion of the yard, was to have the ability to start parking over on this side and using the back door, as we have a key to that now. We're ultimately going to use some of the fence that we took down from the other side and put that privacy fence, whatever, on this end with a gate. And it has to go down here because those posts are the only ones that are strong enough to support the weight of the gate that we have to use. Of course, if we were making our own gate, but use what you got, you know. There are birds. Those are the guys. Those are the girls down there. And while I'm back here, you guys remember going on, what, more than 3 years ago now, when we first moved here, this place was full of trash. There were just piles of crap everywhere. We've gotten rid of a good chunk of it, but some of it got, we consolidated it back here behind the barn, and it's the last bit to go. Some of it, like this tub, is significantly heavy. It's cast iron under that porcelain, and it's also kind of in the ground. Dizzy, leave Bert alone, Dizzy. It's our friend. Get in there, dude. Get in there. There you go, buddy. There you go. Stop coming out the fence, or the dogs will play with you. A lot of this stuff's just been frozen to the ground. So this is the last little bit of the crud in the main yard. And then we've got the other debris. That pile that's back there. So depending on how the weather goes, we'll see whether we can address that this year, or if we got to wait till spring. We do have our utility trailer is back in operation, and the truck can pull that no problem. We know where to take where the landfill is in Mobridge. I wonder how that happened. That looks fresh. Power line. Might need to do a better safety briefing, I swear. Well, yeah. It's been in the 70s the last couple of days. But it's already been in the negatives this year, and we already had snow. But it's a nice day today. The ponds are back there. Nobody lives in that house anymore. Yep. This was the attempted garden. Deer got it. Whatever came in, which wasn't much. And we do have males and females segregated, so we don't have a bunch of dead chickens. Little dinosaurs, man, I tell ya. Hi guys. Hey girls. What's up? There's my buddy Samson. There he is. That guy is huge and hilarious. What's up, buddy? As big as he is, he's not the chief cock, I guess they call it. It's our well out there. It's been dry for several years, hasn't refilled. And the old railroad track berm that goes off with a pond on each side. Well, anyway, just recording a little snippet for to document this project. And just take a short walk around while the weather's nice, no matter how tired we are. Whew. These implements, farm implements, they're Gravelly, I believe is the manufacturer. A bunch of them, like that mower. We pulled, those are going to an old man who lives up the road. He likes junk. We pulled 2 of the big mowers, because there's a lot to cut, especially for ceremony in the summers. The summer ceremonies, if you will. And it's always good to have a couple extras, especially some heavy duty ones that can handle it. So we pulled two that had mowing decks on it like that, but like twice the size, like a double one, and one that had a plow on the front of it. And damned if Brett and I weren't able to get one of them running without very much effort and operating. So they still need to be gone through, but that could be a winter project when we're on the other side of the sewer. And we get a little more organized because we can have access to the barn and all that stuff. And we can back a trailer. We'll be able to back a truck and trailer and get the rest of the junk that's in there out of there. And then we can start developing the tool library, which is probably something that we can accomplish before we get going further into the 3D printer and housing the homeless. Yeah, we this is one of the smaller ones, one of the old posts that were cemented into the ground. It seems when Peter Forbes put in this fence, he had, hey, you too, knock it off. Knock it off. Don't be bad. Hey. They had an auger bit on a skid steer. So every post hole they dug was like 2.5 feet wide and like 8 feet deep, and they just pounded it full of concrete. So they're massive undertakings to get them out of the ground, and we didn't bother with most of them. But hoo-wee, a couple more days and Sir Pumps-A-Lot can be retired. It's good because it's on its last legs.